Hey everybody, PattyAnne here. I'm going to wait a few minutes for some people to get notified that I'm live. And I really wasn't going to show how to do this. I was saving it for my patrons on the Patreon group. But I just have to share this because I just think that this is so fabulous what we can do with these flowers. So I'm going to give people some time to come in. And hopefully there'll be a few of you coming in shortly. I'll rearrange everything. I've got a couple of ways for you to save money as well. It's always good to save a little bit of ka-ching, bada bing. So, let's see. This is the one I just got done making. Okay, so I see a few of you have come in. Let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're coming from. Hey, Joni, how are you? And Tammy and Fartrina, great. Good to see you all. Hey, Tammy. Oh, I missed yours that you had come in, Tammy. Whoops. Hey, everyone. So let's see. Okay, so I guess I'll get started now. And I'm going to show you how to make these flowers. And I'm telling you, you're going to save a lot of money. And you're going to love making these flowers for any kind of project that you might have. Joni, are you working on your project? By the way, y'all, Joni is one of the Digi Chicks, and the Digi Chicks will be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. They each have a stamp set that they have to use, and we're going to see what they create with their stamp set. So it's going to be a lot of fun to come there. Hey, Bernie, how are you? Good morning from down there. It's it's afternoon here, mid-afternoon, something like that. Let's see. Ha ha. What are you laughing about, Joni? Shoot. All right. Well, anyway, this is what I'm going to show you today, and hopefully more of you will be joining shortly. Like I said, I wasn't going to do this, but I decided I can't stand it. I have to show you this. These are the ones I just got done making. Look how beautiful those are, right? And remember in yesterday's video, I showed you how to make the trellis or the lattice. So if you wanted to have lattice on yours, look at yesterday's video and you'll learn how to do that. So there's some more of the lattice work on that one and this one. But again, what I'm going to show you right now, oh, look at this one too. These, okay, this one and the pink ones were made out of vellum. And I'll have that link down below for you in case you don't know how to purchase it or what I'm using. So those are made out of vellum. But the great thing and the money saving thing, as I said, these pink ones were actually made out of white vellum that I colored. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And you can make these flowers out of anything. These were made out of cardstock, a light-ish cardstock. But here's some of my vellum pieces that I've already cut. So the vellum, the original vellum that I got to make the gold ones was this pack of gold vellum. But you really don't need to do that unless, you want to. What you can do is just get a package of this vellum. And like I said, I'll have it linked down below for you. I think it's about 12 something, but you get 100 sheets of this stuff. So you'll be able to use it for a lot of things in addition to making cards. So I've already started this one right here. And what it is I took the clear or the translucent vellum, set it down here, and then you just get your brush. It's going to keep trying to focus because I have the white sheet underneath of it, but I got to keep that there for right now. Thanks, Bernie. So what I did, maybe I should just move that sheet and just get the stuff on my glass mat. There we go. All right, so that should work better in just a sec. Okay, so here's the vellum, and all you do is get your distress inks, right? I have some of these little ones and I have larger ones. I'm using two different colors. This one's called Picked Raspberry, and this one is called Abandoned Coral. So I was going to add both of those together. So you just kind of dop on here, and I can brush it off on my mat if I want to a little bit, or even just go like this on my mat and put some on there, and then just rub into it, then to come onto my sheet and just start gently rubbing around. and just kind of putting this willy-nilly all over this paper here. And I like to have it two-tone like this. Now I'm getting my fingerprints in here, so I should be using a little piece of paper. Here, I'll use this little owl guy that I have here that I cut out. It's a digi stamp that I'd cut earlier. And I'll just use him to hold on so I don't make all the fingerprint marks. So I do like to use two different colors. It's going to be really pretty when I do this for the flowers to have two different colors on the petals. Oh, you're welcome. I love posting the videos. I love helping. And like I said, I just couldn't stand it because this is just so much fun. And it's just a cheap way, I think, to make beautiful flowers. Okay, so you get the idea about this. And then all I did was put a bunch of flowers on silhouette. And you could use the same thing for your Cricut design space and not even worry about silhouette. So let's see, what should I do? I'll put a piece of red paper down here. Maybe that'll help hide the glare. Okay. No, but then it gets blurry. So never mind. I'm just going to do this. Now, this is what you need. If you have an old-fashioned mouse pad or something like that, it'll work perfectly for making these flowers. So you need a mouse pad and you need a tool like this. I didn't see the exact one that I have in Amazon, but I looked for one that was similar, and I did post it down below so you'll know what to look for. So I have this posted down below as well as the vellum, in case you're wondering, what in the world I'm using. Although, like I said, you can use just regular cardstock too. So what I did then was I cut out a bunch of them out of vellum. These are the ones that I actually colored earlier. And there's some of my color. I could even smush it into there to get some more color on here if I wanted to. If I wanted it to be more colorful, I could do that and just kind of spread that around a little bit. And just mush this one into there. And then just take this tool again, this brush, this dauber type thing, and just go like that. If I wanted to make it a little bit more, a little darker. But anyway, to make the flowers now, all you do is take this and take one of your petals that you used. I always like to start with two, and I learned this from Stephanie in our Patreon group. She's the queen of card making, and she teaches us so many tips. So first thing you do is just put this down on here and take this tool right here and just start going from the petal, from the tip of the petal, pressing down, and you'll know when you're pressing hard enough because can you see how that's starting to fold up as I do this? So I would do it all the way around here. I like to do it on both sides and come in towards the center. I'm using the larger ball on this for right now. I will be switching to the smaller one for the next thing that I do. And by the way, if you're just joining us right now, the Digi Chicks will be live tomorrow using digital stamps. It's a cute one. If you're in our Facebook group, you were able to get a sneak peek of the stamp set that they're using. We've already got several stamp sets lined up for the next couple of weeks as well. So you don't want to miss any of these because you're going to learn new tips and tricks of things to do for your card making if you love making cards, or you'll probably be able to use it in other projects that you make as well. So the Digi Chicks will be live at 3 p.m. Eastern time right here on this channel. So you might want to make sure that you're subscribed and hit the bell, because if you hit the bell, then you'll be alerted when we go live here. Okay, so I've already done this part right here on one side. I'm going to flip my little flower over and kind of flatten it out a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the smaller end of this tool and just kind of go lightly down the middle. And you can see it makes a white line when I'm doing this on my vellum that I colored, but it doesn't make a line like that if you use the vellum like this that I purchased. That was gold vellum. But that line won't show up at all, not to worry. I'm just kind of making a vein, just adding a little bit more texture. I'm really having fun making these flowers. Tell you what I like to do. I like to take a whole set of them. I actually put a whole set in this, and you can see there's still some in here, in this little Three Stooges mug that I made. I put the ones I'm going to work on and this tool and this tool. And at nighttime, when I'm not down here in my studio, aka my basement, I take this upstairs and hang out with the family and just sit there and kind of make some flowers up there with them. So it's kind of fun. It's such a portable project to take with you. Okay, once you do this, what you can do is just take your larger ball tip again and just kind of push that in there, and then flip it back over again. Oh no, I'm not going to flip it. No, I'm not going to flip it. Sorry. I still want these to go this way in towards the center. So I'm going to go ahead, since I did this line here, I want to go over this again to really make sure that they're folding up the way I want them to curl up like this. So I'm just pressing, and you'll know you're not pressing hard enough if your little tips don't start folding up. I'm looking to see if anybody has any questions. I don't see any questions. Thank you all for joining me today. I know probably people are busy. Hey, have you guys put up any Christmas decorations yet? I have not. I'm hanging on. Oh, yes, I did. I put a wreath on my front door, I should say. But other than that, I did not do anything. So okay. Just heard a text message coming in. I was afraid it was Tammy telling me there was an issue, but it was not. So it was my sister. Y'all remember Jean Frieda? She used to help me come up with some projects to do last year. She was a lot of fun doing that. All right, so then you turn it over, take the larger ball again, and just push this down into here. You don't want to poke a hole in it. Of course, if you do, you can probably hide it. But you can see now how nicely this is turning out. Look at that flower. And look at that texture. Imagine, it started out just like this, a flat thing. And now I have this beautiful flower, just like that. Your tree's up, Bernie? Oh, you know what, Bernie? My tree is up too, but it's been up all year. You guys are going to die. You know, I live in the mountains and there are bears around here, and I'm really a woodsy kind of girl. I like the woods and outside, outdoorsy stuff more so than city life. So my tree has bears on it and all kind of like straw woodland animals. So I kind of leave it up all year. And it's actually been up for probably, I think it might even be going on 2 years. Last night we were out with some friends and I was talking to them, telling how it's probably really grossly dusty. And they were telling me, take it outside and take a leaf blower to it or something. I don't know. So I really should do something about it though, because I think I'm allergic to dust. But I love it. It's so cute. You like my flower, Joni? Isn't it pretty? And I just colored this, pink, and you could color it any color you wanted to, depending on if you have a bunch of distress inks or not. Because I really like this one too. Now, I didn't color this one. This one I bought the vellum like that. Okay, so here it is like this. And now after I do this initial part, I am going to turn it over now and kind of flatten it out. And that's when I'll take the smaller tip and just kind of go over this gently. Now I have poked holes in mine, but you can kind of hide. Whoop, I almost poked the hole right there. You can kind of hide them if you do. Thanks, Tammy. I do too. I love making these. I'm so glad Stephanie taught us this. So I can't wait to see what Stephanie's going to do, and Joni and everybody else tomorrow, because I always learn something new watching them. That's what's so nice. Oh, and so I don't know if I can explain this well enough to you guys, but if you saw, let me see if I can find my stuff to show you. Where's my mat? If you saw yesterday's video, I showed how to, if you're going to do this and cut out your flowers, how to cut out these parts right here so that your lines will still show up. Well, Nancy from our group, if you've been in our group for any length of time, Nancy Backus, she said to me, you really don't have to do it that way. What you can do is this. Just put your pattern paper however you want it and print it first. And then you can put as many flowers as you want and they can go anywhere on here because it no longer has to be a print then cut. It's just a cut file. Not sure if that's going to make sense to you guys right now, but in another video, I'll demonstrate what she was talking about. But so I can just show you on whoa, careful. On this one right here, and you know I like to use my little tiny, what's it called? The portrait machine. But anyway, on this one then, I colored that all with the distress ink, right? But I didn't have to put registration marks on here at all because I could just do it a cut file. These were just all cut. I didn't do a print then cut. It was just cut. I know, Joni, isn't she smart? Ah, I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. I went through all this trouble to teach you guys how to do this. And she's like, yo, PattyAnne, you don't have to do that. It's like, okay, you're right. So anyway, but if you don't understand, let me know and I can do a video and show you what she's talking about. All right. So what I've done so far is I used the fat end of this to curl these things up. And then I went like this with the skinnier end and put the veins in. And now I'm going to turn it over and I can poke this down like that if I want to. But I still want to stay on this side, the side that has all the white stuff on it. Because I'm going to go ahead and curl these one more time to make sure they're curling the way I want them to. So I start at the tip and just pressing kind of hard, but not so hard I make a hole. And just keep like little circles. Can you see how those go up when I do that? See that? I love this technique. Tammy and I were talking the other day how we both tried for such a long time to make flowers and they were never coming out right. But this is almost fail-proof. And again, you can use lots of different types of paper to try. I think Tammy said she tried using a really light pattern paper, you know, the kind you can get the pattern paper from like Hobby Lobby or whatever. And she said she kept poking holes in that. So you have to try and make sure, you know, that you could use it. So then I just turn it over like this one last time, take the fat end and poke it down in there like that. Okay. So now, and Stephanie recommended that we do 2 of the first size. I didn't do that because I didn't have any more of those cut out. But you can see I'm just going to glue these together like this. I'm going to do one more before I glue it, and then that'll be that. See, I'll make a small one. Is this too small? Nah. All right, so this is going to be a little more interesting with this big fat tip trying to do that. But look at that curl right up there. Oh, yes. Okay, Tammy says yes. It was really thin pattern paper that she tried. So I'm just curling these guys up. And again, I'll show you the finished card. Well, almost finished. I didn't put the sentiment on it yet. In just a sec. So again, I would curl this little guy over. Okay, Bernie says it's sometimes funny when you've been doing something because it may be how you learn it. And then you show someone and they think, wow, light bulb moment. But for yourself, it's all you knew. Oh, that is funny. Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to poke this down in here. And then just take the smaller tip and make my little veins. And, you know, you don't have to do all this, but it just adds extra texture if you put the little veins on there as well. I mean, look how beautiful. Oh, just love them. And these guys too. Whoops, you can't see it. There you go. Okay, and then after that, I'm going to turn it over, pop it down in here again if I would like. And then if I want to make sure these are really curling over, again, I can come over to this side and just give it one more little boop to make these really curl. And the first time I did mine, I did it the opposite of this. So I made it so that they, well, I'll show you. I made it so that they curled up like this. Okay, not with this white stuff. I would have done it with one that I didn't do this. But I really didn't like it as well when they curled up like that as I like it when they go down. So I leave mine down. I like them like that better. Okay, so then all I did to finish it up was take some of my art glitter glue. Any kind of glue will work. This is just what I have. Take this first one, put a little glue on the pointy part right there. And just take this tool again and push it down in there. Kind of offset them so, whoops, the petals aren't lining up one on top of each other. Okay, and you can give it a little extra poof if you want to. And then just take this next one, put a little bit of glue here. And by the way, if you like my videos, I appreciate it if you do subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, share it. And don't forget to join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time for the Digi Chicks. Okay, there's that. So the next thing that I usually do is put a little dab of glue in here. And then you can either put a pearl in there, or if it was large enough, let's see, I have some rhinestones over here somewhere that I was going to use, but I don't see the ones I was going to use. If you had rhinestones that were the right color or that were the right size, you could put a rhinestone in there, the self-adhesive ones. What I usually do is just use some of this glitter that I have, silhouette glitter. I don't even think they sell this anymore, but you can get glitter anywhere. I put a little dab of glue in there and then put some glitter down in there. So let me just show you the finished, again, the pink one that I just made. And I, whoops, put it my way. I just created, aren't those flowers pretty? Oh, and I just made these the exact same way as this guy right here. I could put him down there if I wanted to, but he's a little large probably. Anyway, I think it turned out super cute. And I just put glitter or daubs of glue on each one of these spots. And yesterday you can see how I did the lattice if you want to try to make that. So this is one I just finished. These are the ones I had shown you the other day. Love and Joy. I was working, well, here's the other Love and Joy. And this one was a slimline card. Easy to make. And then this one, I like this one too. I think it's really pretty. I have yet to put any kind of, thanks Tammy, have yet to put any sentiments on these. But I think they're really pretty. You can see all that glitter here because I don't have one of those little things yet. So sometimes I use wax paper. I have used what? I'm reading the comments. You got nothing on Anna Griffin. Okay. But anyway, I've tried using wax paper. I guess I could go upstairs. I think you can use cornstarch, I've been told. Put a little cornstarch in a little fabric baggie and just kind of shake it over or rub it over there before you use your glitter. And then it won't stick anywhere like mine did. But I actually don't mind that. I think it's sort of pretty to have a little bit of glitter. See it when I go like that? I think it's pretty. Oh, anyway. So that's it. I just wanted to show you guys how to make these. Thanks, Bonnie. Aren't they pretty? I just wanted to show how to make these flowers because it's so easy. And like I said, if you get the clear color vellum, you can make any color flower that you want. And not only that, if you have a ribbon that's 100% polyester, just color your ribbon to match your flowers that you made, right? You can just color 100% polyester ribbon with the same thing. You can do it with your markers. Oh, wait, you can't do it with your distress inks. It has to be an alcohol marker because I think this would come off since it's water-based. Yeah. So, does anybody have any questions about anything? Again, I'll have the link down below for the shape I used for the flower. If you have Creative Fabrica, grab it. If you have the subscription, grab this flower. It's really, really cool. If you don't have this subscription, I've got something you're going to want to watch in the next week. I can't tell you what it is right now, but you're going to be able to get a month's worth of subscription so inexpensively. I mean, they're just about giving it away. take it for a month. If you continue it, you can keep it for, I forget what the price is for the every other month, but for the first month, oh my gosh, you guys, stay tuned. I can't tell you yet. I forget what day they told me I'm allowed to say it, but if you stay tuned, subscribe, hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I go live, and I can let you know when their big sale is and when you'll be able to get stuff really cheaply. You can subscribe for a month, download a ton of stuff, and be on your merry way. So, what kind of envelope would you use with these? I think he thinks any kind of envelope would work. I think. Let me try one of these. They might have to puff them. I'm trying to stick this one right in here now. I got them over the edge a little bit. They might have to puff them up a little bit, but he's going to fit in the regular envelope that I get from Staples. This just fits right in there. And when I bring it out, it still looks pretty good. If anything gets messed up, they can just spruce it up a little bit. That's right. Somebody did ask me about this one, though, because this one's rather thick. Let's see if this one will go in here. I don't know. So I need to put it carefully. And maybe you would ask them to hand stamp it, instead of putting it through the machine, if that's a possibility where you live. Okay, so that would fit in there as well. So that's going to fit in there. It's going to be a little bit bulkier. I'm not sure if it would cost any more money, but if you ask them to hand stamp it, it should be just fine. And these are the envelopes, like I said, for my A2 cards that I get from Staples. For the slimline cards, from what I understand, these fit in the regular business size envelopes. So this should fit just fine. So anybody else have any other questions? And thanks, Bonnie. She said, love these. They are beautiful. Oh, I forgot I can do this to you guys. Pop. Let's see. And then Bonnie had asked, what kind of envelope would you use with these? And as I said, just regular old envelopes seem to work. So, okay. I guess that's it. Thank you all for joining me. Please remember to subscribe and hit the button. And remember to come tomorrow. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the Digi Chicks are getting ready. They're gearing up today, getting ready, getting nervous. Are you getting nervous, girls? Oh, well. Thanks again for joining me. See y'all again soon. Bye. Thanks, Tammy.